The Wallarm platform provides protection for web applications and APIs. When you first log in, you're presented with the Threat Prevention dashboard. On this dashboard, you can see all of the traffic that's been processed along the bottom of this graph, in this case, 20 million requests. Along the top of the graph, you can see all of the traffic that was matched as an attack, in this case, roughly 8.7 million hits. You can see a count of how many of those hits were blocked based on the configuration of the system, and you can also see which of those hits constitutes an incident. An incident in this case is an attack targeting a specifically vulnerable part of the environment. Wallarm detects vulnerabilities and matches them to attacks. Incidents are the highest priority items for you to address in your environment. The Threat Prevention dashboard also shows you a map of attack sources, most popular attack targets, attack types, CVEs that have been detected, attacks on API protocols, and authentication in attacks as well. And you can drill into any of these items in the dashboard. Of course, you would expect from a web application and API protection platform that you can drill into the details of attacks. The events section provides you with information about attacks, incidents, and vulnerabilities. In this section, you can filter and search. You can search for attacks based on specific timeframes. You can search for specific types of attacks. In this case, we'll drill into a SQL injection. And you can see the list of SQL injection attacks that have been detected today. For each of those attacks, we provide details. In this case, there were 282 requests that were part of this series of this attack. And for each of those requests, you can see the payload that was used and the details in that request. You can also filter this interface for specific domains, IP addresses, response codes, specific targets, specific API protocols. Lots of flexibility is available for filtering. If you look at incidents, you can see which vulnerabilities were targeted by those specific attacks as well. And of course, when you're detecting attacks and incidents, you want to be able to do something about them to take some kind of remediation or response. Wallarm provides those capabilities under the security controls section of the user interface. Here, you can manage the IP lists in your environment. These are lists of allowed IPs, denied IPs, or IP addresses where we block only specific malicious types of traffic. You can add to the IP list manually from here. You can also add to IP lists based on events that have occurred in the environment by creating triggers. Triggers are very flexible in terms of their response. You can create them for a number of conditions, and you can choose the reaction that you'd like for that trigger, whether it's sending a notification or adding an IP address to one of the IP lists as well. Finally, you can create rules as well. So if you want to change how Wallarm processes the traffic itself, not just how it responds to events, you can create rules in the environment. This is where you can do things like create a virtual patch. You can do that manually, or you can create virtual patches as a response to certain types of events as well. Wallarm's web application and API protection provides best-of-class inline attack protection for web applications and APIs.